Delegates, friendship isn't based upon subservience, it's based upon respect. And 9 months after Fukushima, we are being asked to sell more uranium for more nuclear reactors to a country that has not signed up to international nuclear safeguards. We were told early on in this debate that the mining and export of uranium was a settled matter. It is not. And Stephen Conroy showed us why today with his contribution. But one thing that we settled, delegates, at the last conference was that it would be conditional upon the fundamental principle so dear to our party that we would only sell uranium to nations that had made its decision to sign up to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Why is that important to its delegates? It goes beyond the nuclear issue. It goes to this party's great commitment to multilateralism, the party that played such an important role in the formation of the United Nations. And yet what we are being asked today is to undermine the most effective international instrument that there is, an instrument that has ensured that countries such as Brazil, South Africa and Argentina have abandoned their international nuclear weapons programs. Delegates, the NPT was formed because the international community, humanity, drew a line in the sand to withdraw from the brink of the consequences of a nuclear holocaust. It's not perfect. International agreements rarely are. We know that that's the case, but we don't make them better by undermining them, and that's what we're doing with this proposition here today. And you don't have to believe me. Believe the former head of the India's National Security Advisory Board. This is what he had to say. It is to India's advantage to categorise as many power reactors as possible as civilian ones to be refuelled by imported uranium and conserve our native uranium fuel for weapons-grade plutonium production. That is what they have to say themselves. They've given up the joke. They have said that that is the case. I conclude with this comment. There is a consistency with those people who feel strongest that we need to take action on climate change and those people who are strongest in terms of their action, their anti-nuclear position. And it is because of this fundamental principle. The reason why we price carbon is because we don't pass on to future generations the costs of carbon pollution. This party looks forward to the future, is capable of looking beyond a year or a decade into the future. The nuclear fuel cycle has two fundamental problems. The issues of weapons proliferation and the association between civil nuclear activity and nuclear weapons. But secondly also the issue of nuclear waste, which is just trust us, will resolve at some time, not in 10 years, not in 50 years, but for hundreds of years this problem exists. It's not built into the cost cycle of the nuclear fuel cycle. If you actually did that and priced it properly, you would see how fundamentally uneconomic the nuclear fuel cycle is. I ask you delegates to stick with principle, stick with the principle that we've done, or else we'll be back here at some future conference going a bit further. Every conference we had this debate, we settled this last time. We settled it on the basis of principle. Stick to those principles.
Delegates, that concludes